2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
What's up, crew? It's Wednesday morning, and I'm about to start editing yesterday's video. God, my hair is terrible. I need to do something with it before I start talking to you guys. I'm gonna start editing the video, and then I'm gonna show you step by step what my breakfast looks like. Pretty simple, but at least a couple tips for you on how to get the fluffiest eggs possible. So we're gonna cook breakfast. First thing that I do when I'm opened up a brand new pack of bacon is I cut the strips in half while they're all still either stacked up or in that tray. This makes it easier to cook it and flip it instead of having this long strip of bacon that usually goes from one end of the pan to the other almost over the edge. You now have shorter strips that you can just lay out in the pan and flip quite simply. I fry my bacon first, and then I whisk my 5 eggs, and then I put it into the pan after the bacon is cooked, and I use the bacon grease, because why not? Who doesn't love a little bacon fat in their eggs? Yeah? I don't remember where I heard it, but you always want to put your bacon in a cold pan, and then turn the heat on and let it rise in temperature. It's worked out great for me for making sure the bacon doesn't overcook or cook too fast. So I'm gonna let that simmer for a little bit. Something I like to do, which I'm not even sure if we have enough, I like to sprinkle a little cayenne pepper on the bacon on the first side. So when it flips over, it's got a little spicy caramelization. Crack my 5 eggs into a bowl. I also use two different eggs. One of them is just standard brown eggs, and the other one is omega eggs. They have a little extra omega-3s. It's probably just the difference in their diets, having been fed some like good diet. What Dill? I go 3 of the regular brown eggs, and then 2 of the omega eggs. And that's a good balance. And here's an interesting tip: if you end up with an eggshell in your eggs, rather than sitting there and trying to get it out with your finger, which never works, if you use the eggshell itself, you can actually scoop through, and this will penetrate the egg white, and you'll be able to get the shard out. Interesting thing that I figured out on my own, but apparently is like common knowledge in the cooking world. There's a lot of fat on these bacon strips, holy. While the bacon's finishing up, I grab a plate, grab a strip of paper towel, lay that on the plate. The paper towel is just so that you don't end up with a super greasy plate, and then it also will absorb some of that grease so that you're not just eating grease bacon strips. Now, I mentioned that I like to cook with the bacon grease. Sometimes you render a little bit too much bacon grease, which someone out there will say there's never too much bacon grease. What I do is I find one of the eggshells in the sink, and I pour some of it out into that eggshell so that way I don't ruin anything that's in the sink, even though I just spilt it all over the sink. God, that's a lot of fat. So here's the next trick. Do not immediately take your whisked eggs and toss them into the hot pan. One, this is gonna cook your eggs too fast and end up burning them or harden them too quickly. You're gonna end up with stuck egg all over the pan, and it's gonna be hell to clean. So let the pan sit for a little bit. Like, you can leave the fire going, but just like hold it up in the air, let the air cool the pan a little bit, and then toss your eggs in. This is gonna give your eggs a chance to cook properly and obviously make them taste better. But of course, I like to also use a fork to whisk my eggs just because it's less dishes. I don't have to clean up as much. I'm probably shaking the camera as I whisk with one hand. The next tip to make sure you have the fluffiest scrambled eggs ever is to make sure you stir while you're pouring the eggs in. So if you have a warm pan, you don't want it to cook immediately in that one spot that you're pouring. So you want to break it up as much as possible as you stir. And then keep stirring until you've incorporated it enough and it's filled the pan, and then you could stop stirring. You can salt, pepper, season, whatever you normally would do. Eggs and bacon are done. That's 5 blocks of protein and about 2 blocks of fat. Dylan is teething hard, and she is not having fun at all. She's like in between, like intermittent crying. I just don't know what to do for her. To get my carbs, I bought these Chobani yogurts, which are perfect because they have 2 blocks of carb in them. I'm gonna get 2 blocks out of this by adding about a cup equals 2 blocks. And then for fat, the last 3 blocks, I'm gonna put some almonds in there. Then we're done for a 5-block breakfast. There's my breakfast. I hope that helps you guys out a little bit if you're looking for tips and tricks for cooking eggs. Got another smudge on my freaking lens. Wonder if that's affecting the quality. I don't know. Time to feed Dill and myself, basically. Blue Apron has just arrived, so we're gonna grab that, unpack it, put it in the fridge, take a look at the recipes, and kind of get mentally prepared for those cooking nights. And then I'm gonna have me some lunch. It's 11:45. Probably just gonna do what I did yesterday. I'm gonna grab 5 ounces of chicken this time, change it up, and then I don't feel like cooking any of the vegetables, so I'm just gonna have the other 2 bell peppers for 2 blocks of carbs. And then for my other carbs, I guess I'll probably just have another Lara bar because it was easier. And then some almonds, unless, you know what, I might have some different nuts in here. That's what's up. That is what's up. And that's how you precisely measure out nuts. You grab them and you put them on their plate. Freaking rain, man.
I know, it's terrible. What is this?
Good.
Boom. I feel like it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, dude, like all day. Nuts. What's up?
How's it going?
He's back.
Oh, is night vision?
Oh no. We got
some
him.
orange lights.
So this location, when it was empty, I called the guy and like spoke to him, and I was telling him that I wanted to open a gym, and I was like, this would be a sweet location. I'm a little worried about it being on San Carlos, but I want to, like, I'm heavily considering it. And he's like, oh, do you have any money to start? I'm like, no, that's the question. And like we had a phone conversation about it, but it would never like went through. Obviously, probably because he didn't want to invest. He wanted somebody just to buy in.
True.
And then, lo and behold, what came in? CrossFit gym. I was like, God, no!
I know, seriously.
I knew this was going to be a good spot.
Yeah, only if you do double brace heavy.
Yeah, it's like
Double heavy?
Yeah, 400 pounds, right?
Here's a machine you don't see every day.
it's all heavy. It's freaking weird.
Big man syndrome approved. What the hell? This is so weird.
Next effort. You want to bike or want to row?
I can row. If you want to bike.
You can bike.
Oh, dang. It's a $1,200 profit, so. Steven's a little smarter than I am. I've been trying to do math in my head, and then I just calculated the first percentage. He's got the chalk, and he's writing down all the lifts on the ground. He's got a brain. I just have brawn, I guess. Interesting thing about this song, it's on Guitar Hero 3. I've actually played it on Expert and completed it get the achievement. I've played every single song in Guitar Hero 3 on easy, medium, hard, and expert. The only two I haven't completed is Raining Blood and the Dragon song. I don't even remember what it's called. We are modifying the Comp Train WOD. It's dumbbell snatches at 70 pounds, and instead of one arm walking lunges, we're gonna do handstand walks because we feel like handstand walking instead. And then you do another, what is it, 10 snatches? 10 dumbbell snatches, another handstand walk, and then 50 GHD Situps. It's 2 rounds, so that should be great. So let's do it. After the GHD sit-ups though, like you feel so mobile because you're so stretched. My handstand walk felt amazing in the second set because of that. Blinking red again. The fatal dead battery, it's on its way. This gym is pretty awesome. They got a bunch of toys. 100-pound ball. What do you do when you're a big man and you got big man syndrome and you find a 100-pound ball? You do D-ball slams.